I've heard that there was a time when technology was merely a luxury, but truth be told, I can't even remember the last time I didn't check Snapchat immediately after waking up in the morning, never mind the fact that I rely on my iPhone as an alarm clock. It's no secret that technology currently plays a huge role in most people's lives, and especially in the lives of students and young adults alike. Unless I'm truly occupied by something, I'll undoubtedly check my phone out of habit, and because of this, I likely miss out on a lot of what goes on around me in my day-to-day life. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that I rely on my personal device in more ways than one. I grew very fond of my first smartphone pretty quickly, though in all fairness, the one place that I was able to separate myself from my phone was school. This was partially because phones weren't allowed in school from day one, but it was mostly because I'd always found my phone to be an unnecessary distraction during class, with some exceptions of course. But there came a point during the beginning of my sophomore year of high school where the use of phones and other personal devices was actually encouraged. My school even forced the incoming freshmen to use school-provided iPads, sneaking the cost of the tablets into the students' yearly tuition. These iPads were integrated into their everyday learning, from in-class lectures and activities to homework and other assignments, which ultimately added to their already large amount of screen time. And as advanced as this may have seemed, the iPads didn't come without trouble. They were constantly glitching and crashing, and most teachers struggled to incorporate them into their lessons. In the beginning of that school year, the freshmen's learning was even delayed by over a week because the school's IT team couldn't get all the iPads loaded with the necessary software for their classes. Aside from problems due to the technology itself, it was common knowledge that the students frequently abused the usage of their iPads. From checking Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, watching YouTube, playing games, and texting anyone who'd send a response, the students were easily able to ignore their teachers, and many of them vocally took pride in the amount of class material they missed. In between classes, you'd watch students run into each other, all because they couldn't take their eyes away from their screens long enough to get to their next class. By my senior year, I'd finally given in and started to abuse my laptop during class. At this point, the school administration had made an effort to restrict social media use and other online distractions by banning popular websites on the school Wi-Fi, but that didn't stop anyone from using a virtual private network, or VPN, to bypass this block. Even I was guilty of downloading a VPN to watch Sons of Anarchy during physics. But when I was actually learning, I still preferred to use a good old-fashioned pencil and paper. I mean, come on, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But ultimately, this experience has made me question whether personal devices in a classroom setting really benefit the typical student's learning experience. With this, I also wonder, what's considered a personal technology device? Do personal devices in a classroom setting enable students to distract themselves? What are the perceived benefits of personal devices in class, and in what other ways can personal devices affect students? Do students and teachers truly want personal devices incorporated into their classes? Who has the authority to dictate whether students should be forced to use personal devices? What can be done to limit the abuse of personal devices in class? And lastly, does the encouraged use of personal devices cause technology dependence in students?